Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. I have always told you that Rigathi is Ruto's worst nemesis. He has become Ruto's worst nightmare. Today, our parliamentarians in the National Assembly dedicated more than a quarter of their golden and precious time that we have given them to debate on matters that can help Kenyans, just to talk about one man, Rigathi. They condemned him, they called him names, and worst of all, they were calling for the arrest of Rigathi. I want us to watch this video. And in this video, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to look at it in two fronts. One, is it possible to arrest Rigathi and why? Is he doing anything unique that no one has ever done before? Can they arrest him? And why are they bitter? Why is the broad-based government bitter? And why are they calling out Rigathi? Why are they calling for his arrest? Kindly subscribe to our channel if you are watching for the first time. Click the notification bell. Please like and share this video if you have already subscribed. Kindly listen to our parliamentarians wasting time discussing one man and calling for his arrest for no good reason.
Businesses, Honorable Speaker, owned by entrepreneurial, hard-working Kenyans, very good entrepreneurs who have established clubs, that now he's inciting Kenyans to storm those clubs and destroy his performing in that club, Honorable Speaker. This is a height of evil minds and evil thoughts by an evil man who sees nothing good in this country except that which satisfies his insatiable greed. Greed that even public coffers could not satisfy, Honorable Speaker. You have seen him admonish other leaders because of empowerment programs that are empowering the same people who we advance a bottom-up transformation, economic transformation agenda, Honorable Speaker, because they are being supported by leaders now who are utilizing resources in the right way. But Honorable Speaker, when you're in high office and you use public resources to acquire private resources, Honorable Speaker, even stealing from your own family. Honorable Speaker, if you find somebody who can steal from a widow and orphans, Honorable Speaker, these are things that were tabled here during the impeachment process. How he forged the will of his late brother, a hard-working former governor of Nyeri, disinherited the widows and the orphans of the family, and used his high office to intimidate and threaten that family not to speak, Honorable Speaker. Thank God that this House rose to the occasion to save not just that family, but the country against the machinations of a very evil and dark soul, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I'll take you back to the events of last year. Kenyans will remember on the 25th of June, after what happened, Honorable Speaker, the kind of incitement they saw from the same person, because he believes in bloodshed, that unless people die, he cannot achieve his mission, Honorable Speaker. Let us say, Honorable Speaker, from the floor of this House, no other Kenyan will die to satisfy the insatiable greed of a dark man with a dark soul and a very evil mind, Honorable Speaker. And no Kenyan should ever die for politics. We must, in one accord as a House, not just condemn, but ask the government of the Republic of Kenya, and more so the Inspector General of Police. I know he hails from Madera also, but he must apply the law without fear or favor, Honorable Speaker. I saw in the news last night, Honorable Speaker, them saying that the lawyer has written to NCIC. NCIC did not summon a lawyer. They summoned a person who is not above the law, and the law must take its due course. And I want to encourage the NCIC Commission to get the help of the Inspector General of Police to enforce the law as it is. When you are summoned by NCIC, a constitutional commission, to answer to charges leveled against you, you must appear. And if you don't appear, Honorable Speaker, action must be taken. Otherwise, if we take that route, Honorable Speaker, what will stop anybody tomorrow from inciting Kenyans on the basis of ethnicity or whatever you like to kill and slaughter each other, Honorable Speaker, with abandon?
It is a very sad thing to have somebody who has served as a former deputy president of this country to incite people to violence. But Mr. Speaker, I am very happy also because this House, in its own wisdom, impeached him. Now it is coming very clear to the people the kind of person we impeached and the reasons why we impeached. Mr. Speaker, the person we impeached is the same person who is inciting Kenyans to violence, is the same person who wants displacement of people, is the same person who is propagating hate against one community, against one another, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is the same person who last week was telling musicians, very noble people who are doing their work, using their talent, Mr. Speaker, not to sing unless they support certain cause of politics, Mr. Speaker. Now what's happening, Mr. Speaker, he is almost making a region of this country look like an alien in this country. Very soon he wants to fence it off like the Aberdare forest. That if you want to go there, you must get permission from him, Mr. Speaker. You cannot go and visit even your relatives there. You cannot even visit your people there, Mr. Speaker. You cannot do any politics in that area unless you get permission from him. Mr. Speaker, I want to say this. This country has experienced this, and we will not allow it to repeat. The other day, we have constitutional commissions that we have given ourselves in this country, like the NCIC, the National Cohesion. They have summoned the former deputy president. He has refused to appear. He's above the law. He's above the constitution. He said, I cannot appear in that commission. And that is a commission that is taxpayer. Mr. Speaker, NCIC,
up in 2 minutes.
NCIC has summoned that suspect, Mr. Speaker. They have told him to appear so that he can answer to the allegations of inciting people against each other. He has refused to appear. Mr. Speaker, he's now trying to use human shield. He's trying to use people to commit crime, offenses that can take people to Hague, to defend himself, Mr. Speaker. If he's invited by the DCI to record a statement, he refuses. If he's invited by NCIC, he refuses. If he's invited by EACC, now who's going to protect us from this monster, Mr. Speaker, called Rigathi? Who on earth is going to protect us from this monster, Mr. Speaker? Who's going to protect us? Because the government looks like it's unable to take an action against him. Mr. Speaker, if this government was formed by ODM, this man would have been in jail by now, I can assure you. Yes. I can tell you for this one without any fear of contradiction.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, you listen to the majority and the minority leaders of the National Assembly, and you know that something is wrong. Let me start by telling you this. On first will be Saturday, I think. The Madaraka celebrations is going to be held in Homa Bay. And Junet Mohammed is preparing grounds. They are pleasing William Samoei Ruto. All that is being prepared is for the Madaraka. What is going to be talked about? You can bet that Rigathi Gachagua is going to dominate Homa Bay. To them, that is a very big privilege. Now, let me ask you. These people are saying that Rigathi Gachagua is playing tribal politics. Yet when Rigathi Gachagua unveiled his DCP party, just the other day the deputy party leader, Cleopas Malala, decided to popularize the DCP party in his backyard. And they decided to chase people. They chased people, they tear gassed. I remember Senator John Methu was showing us live bullets. So how do you want Rigathi Gachagua to spread his wings to look like a national leader when anytime he tries to venture into other regions, then you use the police and the tear gas to disperse the crowd? They have already said that this is a tribal party. We all know that the deputy party leader is not coming from Mount Kenya. So he went to the western part of the country and they wanted to start the popularization of their party. They chased people away. Then they come back to parliament still claiming that Rigathi Gachagua is a tribal man. What do they want Rigathi Gachagua to do? Ladies and gentlemen, the other day, Rigathi Gachagua told us after the alleged abduction and torture of the junior member of parliament, George Koimburi, that there is a killer squad that is full of the Nandi policemen, and their command comes from the Deputy Inspector General and not the Inspector General himself. In other words, Rigathi Gachagua was exonerating Douglas Kanja. And if you listened to the speeches that they were making, they're trying to allege that Douglas Kanja is somehow protecting Rigathi Gachagua, because they are asking now that who is going to arrest Rigathi Gachagua because he has defied orders from the NCIC. And I want us to look at that because there is an attempt to taint Douglas Kanja. Something tells me that before the end of this year, Douglas Kanja will be forced to resign, just like Jeffeth Koome resigned, because you can see, you can read, the writings are on the wall. There is a general feeling that Douglas Kanja does not want. This is not the first time. When they were impeaching Rigathi Gachagua, I remember Junet repeated the same, that Douglas Kanja comes from Madeira. He should ensure that he protects members of parliament against Rigathi Gachagua. There is that feeling. Remember, even the head of the military, the CDF, Kahariri, I understand, comes from Madeira, something of the sort. So these people are almost scared that Rigathi Gachagua has the backing of these two people. But ladies and gentlemen, why the rush? Why are they calling upon the arrest of Rigathi Gachagua? Number one, they have said it themselves. Junet Mohammed is saying that Rigathi Gachagua has locked the mountain and he has the key. That even if you want to go and visit your relative there, you need to ask for permission from them. So the anger is coming out because Rigathi Gachagua has locked them out from the mountain. Those are not my words. Junet Mohammed reiterated the words. And that is why you see them very angry. And I don't know why there's this pretense. Did you know that Junet Mohammed understands that Raila has locked Nyanza? You can have a few people trying to wrestle this power here and there, but Raila has literally locked Nyanza. Kalonzo has literally locked Ukambani. I believe that William Ruto has locked Rift Valley. So there's nothing new that Rigathi is doing. We have found out after Rigathi was impeached that even in the ODM party, Oburu Odinga was saying that they want to eat their shares, not shares of anyone. So the politics of shareholding has been neutralized, and it has no value. They can no longer talk about it. Politics about tribalism is neither here nor there. Each and every party leader, these de facto leaders, first lock their own backyards before they spread their wings. So they say that Rigathi has locked the mountain and they feel anger. But Rigathi warned them before Rigathi was impeached. I remember he told them, listen to the ground. They never took that attention. Number two, Rigathi Gachagua has dismantled the latest strategy. This one of holding meetings in Karen or going to people under the guise of empowerment. There's a lot of money that is being spread here and there. And even the church has questioned where this money is coming from. Because all of a sudden there is this thing called empowerment. I've never seen it in Nyanza. It is in the mountain. And Kithure Kindiki is leading this basically to lure people. So just the other day when they met musicians, Rigathi Gachagua dismantled them and told them that that money that they are going to take is full of Gen Z's blood. And Rigathi Gachagua did what Raila has done before. There was a time when Raila felt that the people who were aiding election thieving were people like Safaricom. or organization like Safaricom. And I remember he said his ODM supporters, he told them, avoid the Star newspaper, avoid Safaricom, economic sabotage against those whom you feel are your enemies politically. And this is done because you don't want violence. So Rigathi Gachagua is simply implementing what he learned from those who have been there before. So when they came up with this program, people like Sabina Chege, Eric Wamumbi, led by Kimani Ichungwa and Kithure Kindiki, they've been walking around saying that they're empowering people. This is what Rigathi Gachagua, neutralized completely. And this seemed to be their last resort. They felt now that we have a lot of money. I remember Cleopas Malala was saying that they are printing money. But they are really mad because Rigathi Gachagua has told people that they should avoid that. That was their last hope. That's why they are mad and they are calling for his arrest. Number 3, this is about the DCP. This Democracy for the Citizens Party has taken over the mountain and it is spreading its wings. If you want to know that it is about the party, they are now calling for the arrest of Rigathi Gachagua. And as we speak, there is a warrant of arrest against the deputy party leader, Cleopas Malala. So they want to harass the party leader and the deputy party leader. It is about this party. Because once you harass the deputy party leader, they feel that now maybe they will instill fear. Maybe people will not attend their rallies. Or they feel that once they arrest them, there could be some mischief. They can lock them in for some times. They can even decide to lock them in because they're supposed to launch this party somewhere next month in Kasarani. So they might be planning for this so that before maybe a week to or a day to, they arrest all of them. Do you remember when Cleopas Malala was to be in charge of the play, The Echoes of War? They decided to arrest and lock him out of that event. So they could be planning. And I will be looking at, do you think it is possible? And do you think it is a good idea even to imagine that you want to arrest Rigathi Gachagua? So it is about the party that has taken over. They have been neutralized. There is nothing, because Rigathi Gachagua said, Mahali tumefika, we have drawn a line. You are either with us or you are with the enemy. Then, it is because Rigathi Gachagua has called out Ruto on abduction. He says there is that killer squad. Rigathi Gachagua has called out Ruto on land grabbing. He says Ruto is the one who is building a hotel inside the Ngong Road forest. He reminds people that William Ruto, killed people in Kiambaa. These are the things that have really angered them, because these people believe in praise and worship. You have to praise William Ruto all the time. Rigathi has also exposed the fallacy in the NCIC. How do you call Rigathi Gachagua to go and record a statement? Yet people like Oscar Sudi have always said that Ruto cannot lose. They will ensure that they rig elections. How do you call Rigathi Gachagua when we have members of parliament allied to Ruto who said that we can kill Gen Zs? Farah Maalim said it, that if he was the president, he would have killed many of them. How do you call Rigathi Gachagua? How do you invite him or summon him or order him to go and record a statement when we have members of parliament who have said that we want to ensure that we isolate Mount Kenya? So Rigathi Gachagua is simply saying, no, let us dispense justice equally. We cannot have selective justice. Then, as I told you, these people are running away from their shadows. They're just paranoid. There is a general feeling that since Rigathi Gachagua had said that there is a killer squad that is reporting to the Deputy Inspector General, and Rigathi keeps on saying that there are senior police officers who keep on giving information. When they sent the Subaru to go and arrest him the other week, Rigathi said there were senior police officers who called me and they told me, we are coming for you. And they aided Rigathi to escape the net, Ruto's dragnet. And so they have a general feeling that it could be Douglas Kanja who is revealing this, who is exposing what is happening within the police. And it has just started, and if Douglas Kanja is not careful, they are going to ensure that he is relieved of his duties, because it seems he's not cooperating. Otherwise, why would they say that Douglas? They keep on reminding us. By the way, I never knew that Douglas Kanja comes from Madeira. I heard it from the members of parliament, from Junet and now Ichungwa. It means they have a feeling. I didn't know. They keep on reminding Douglas Kanja that, even though you are coming from this place, please ensure that you arrest this man without fear or favor. So there is that feeling, and that's why they are threatening Rigathi Gachagua. But ladies and gentlemen, do you think they can arrest Rigathi Gachagua? The answer is yes and no. They can arrest Rigathi Gachagua, but what will be the consequences? Just the other day, you saw how the country was burning. If you arrest Rigathi Gachagua now, without any valid reason, then you will see the whole of the mountain will be burning. I remember there was a time when Ichungwa and his group were leading the chorus that Raila should be arrested. They were saying that people will only demonstrate in Nyanza and they don't care. It is the same rallying call that they have started. These are people who want to burn the nation. Do you think it is a good idea to arrest Rigathi Gachagua? It is not. Remember, we are approaching the Finance Bill 2024 and the country is already volatile. Unataka kulipuke vizuri. And they will be getting into Rigathi's trap, because arresting Rigathi Gachagua would mean that the whole of that mountain will explode. And William Ruto was recently accused, even from the evidence by the BBC, that police butchered the youth. Now this time round, the youth will go on rampage. They will kill many of them. And that might be the beginning of a revolution. And I'm sure that if William Ruto, I understand that William Ruto does not listen to anyone. If he's listening to himself, with the experience that he's had in politics, please don't attempt to arrest Rigathi Gachagua. Don't stretch too far. I wonder why there is this rush to arrest Rigathi Gachagua. Yet I understood, we were told that even today, Ichungwa was saying that Rigathi Gachagua incited the youth during the Gen Z's protest. In other words, they were saying Rigathi attempted a coup. That is reasonable. They have failed to arrest him. Now they are looking for flimsy charges to try and arrest him. Let me tell you. You want the country to burn. It starts like that. In fact, Rigathi Gachagua was saying that if elections are rigged, then maybe in 2027, what happened in 2007 will be a Christmas, like a Christmas day. If you arrest Rigathi Gachagua, it will be the beginning. And if they want to know, let them try it. Because one thing I've realized, they never learn. They underestimated Rigathi Gachagua when they were impeaching him. They thought a few people will make noise and they will forget him as soon as he's gone. And Mount Kenya was very quiet immediately Rigathi was impeached. They took that as a weakness. And Mount Kenya said, okay, you think that when we are quiet, we are weak. And they are the people who made even Mount Kenya to rise. The people of Mount Kenya never wanted to start all these running battles with the police until they forced the youth there, because they started attacking Rigathi Gachagua, goons going there during, remember when he was in Limuru in a funeral service, when the former second lady went for a certain church service, goons were there. And then the people of Mount Kenya said, okay, if this is the trend, then we're gonna rise up and protect our leader. So ladies and gentlemen, I don't think it is a good idea to arrest Rigathi Gachagua. And it is not going to happen, by the way. The police is already divided. That's why before you reach Rigathi Gachagua, there are policemen who are telling you, guys, we are coming. I don't know what to think, but Rigathi Gachagua has forced a whole parliament to discuss him. You cannot discuss someone who's an entity. You only discuss people who are very important. And I now believe that Rigathi is indeed a very important man.